Thank you, Hamid. Thank you very
so
much
Very
for being here with us.
Very happy to be sitting here with you all.
Let's talk a bit about your musical roots.
Yes.
Just a bit. I think there are some musicians that are able to make significant steps further in their language. You have worked with some of them. For example, Don Cherry.
But Don Cherry, he was one of those musicians who was very steeped in the tradition of Americana, music from America, and music throughout the world. You know, he's very steeped in the jazz tradition. He was, of course, through Ornette Coleman and people that were around before Ornette. Don was very close with Thelonious Monk. You know, every time we played together, he would usually do a Monk medley. You know, I think Thelonious Monk helped Don Cherry out a lot when Don Cherry first moved to New York. Don was very steeped in many different musical cultures throughout the world, particularly music from India and Turkey. And so myself and many other musicians, we're becoming very interested in world music. So Don Cherry was a perfect place to go to and listen to, you know, to really kind of think about and reflect upon, well, how can I do this where I can have maintain my own integrity and the integrity of these musics that I'm studying? How can I somehow make a blend between these things? And Don, speaking about world music also, Don never felt that world music was, okay, you're from Africa, so you're going to do your thing. You're from Mali, you're from Istanbul, so you do your thing. You're from, let's say, America, a jazz musician, you do your thing, or you're from America, United States of America, a blues musician, so you do your thing. You're from Sweden and you play cello, flute, and you do your thing. No, he wanted everybody to come together to create something new and different.
And you had also important experiences with ASEM artists like George Lewis, for example. Yes. What about that?
One of the remarkable things I remember about George, it was the first time that I had played with someone that was also utilizing the beginning scopes of electronic music. But he was using like tape loops with cassettes, you know, at that time. And George, I had a lot of respect for George because of his encouragement for me. And also he had a very broad, very big view of the music, you know. And we played together for a couple of years, and then he went off and he joined Count Basie's big band. Then he was playing with Anthony Braxton, and the rest is history, you know, from there.
Since then, we can say that everything is permitted. Yes,
yeah, sure.
Your path in music is quite adventurous and open-minded.
No matter what you do or who you play with, I think in essence you can only be yourself, you know, play yourself. And I've been fortunate to study various systems of music from different parts of the world, and particularly the percussive element, you know, from these cultures, India, Africa, China, so forth, the Caribbean. And I studied traditional North Indian tabla for a long time, but I realized at a certain point I couldn't study that instrument in the way that I really wanted to and continue to pursue the development that I wanted to achieve on the drum set too. So what I did was I studied those theories intensely and tried to implement them onto the drum set.
Do you think that the act of playing is somehow an exchange with the public?
Oh, totally. I've held the concept for a long time that which we call the stage and that which we call the audience is simply an appearance, an illusory appearance, because basically musicians aren't here and audience is there. I mean, that's just the appearance of it. But we're all dealing with the same energy that comes into the room, and we're exchanging that energy all the time. So in essence, in a very subtle way, we're all in that active performance together, you know, and because it's one circular energy that's happening all the time. And the space in the room is no different than the space outside of the room, basically. It's just we have these walls and so forth, but when you go outside of the room, it's the same space. So therefore, it's the same energy that's coming through us, that's coming through the so-called, you know, audience also. And we're sharing that. We're creating this together.
Thank you, Hamid. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Happy to be here.
Indeed.
Thank you.